Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the new potential top team in the Metropolitan Division. Are the New Jersey Devils going to win the Metropolitan Division? We're going to take a look at that today in this video. So the New Jersey Devils have had that season that we've been waiting for like at least 2 or 3 years now. Right? Like, even since the PK Subban era began in New Jersey, we've been waiting for the Devils to finally get that piece that's going to get them to the playoffs and maybe go on a run. And right now, the Devils' record, 41, 15, and 6, is good enough for 88 points, which is 88 points, second in the Metropolitan Division, and only 2 points back of the Carolina Hurricanes for the top of the division. Not to mention, the Devils have played really well. Their biggest real success was back in November, from like October to November, with that big crazy winning streak they went on. But they've kind of been able to hold down the fort since then. Led the way by Jack Hughes, who has 76 points in only 58 games this season. Jack Hughes has been incredible for this team. He was out for a couple of games. There was some questions about would he be healthy for the rest of the year, and there was some concerns maybe is he going to fall a little bit. Not the case at all. He's already got 36 goals. He's on pace for 50 goals this season, which, if he hits that mark, would be the first time in his NHL career. Dougie Hamilton with a real steady competition to be a Norris Trophy finalist for Best Defenseman in the National Hockey League with 61 points as a defenseman. Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Dawson Mercer has really turned it on. He's hoping to get a 35 goals season this year. Eric Howla has come back out of nowhere. He was kind of a throw-in with that Zacha trade, and it's really worked out. So when I look at the Devils right now, there's a lot of excitement around this team. Timo Meier scoring in his first game with the Devils. There's a lot to be excited about with this group. And when you look at the goaltending, their goaltending's been good for the most part. Akira Schmid in a couple of games played, a dozen games, he's got pretty good stats so far. Vitek Vanacek, over 40 games, has over a 900 save percentage. So the Devils are finding a way to win hockey games. They're scoring a ton of goals. They're keeping the puck out of the net enough. And here they are. Their goals for, fourth in the National Hockey League. 223 goals for. And like I said, the Devils are top 5 in both categories, goals for and goals against. They're 5th in the NHL for goals against, with only giving up 170 goals this season. So both goals for and goals against, they're scoring goals, and they're keeping the puck out of the net. That's a recipe for success, and the Devils are on the path to making the Stanley Cup playoffs. And when you look at the rest of this team, they don't have a ton of injuries. It's Jonathan Bernier and Mackenzie Blackwood, and those two guys we really didn't expect to see much of this season anyway. So for the Devils, it's been very refreshing to see this team play the way they have. They've gone on a couple of big winning streaks. They went on a big 13-game winning streak from October into November. They had that losing streak for a little bit, which was concerning after that in December. But since then, into the new year, the Devils have found a way to just kind of stabilize themselves and just stay the course. And they haven't had any huge winning streak or losing streaks, but they've just been consistently winning. Like, they'll win 4 or 5 games and then lose a game or two. And that is what the best teams in hockey do. And the Devils are right there, ladies and gentlemen. They are really looking at doing something special this year. And when you look at where they are in the standings, like I said, they're 2 points behind Carolina for first in that division. So not only could they win that division, they could be playing a team in the wild card spot, which could be a benefit for the Devils. They could be playing the Hurricanes. They could play the Rangers in the playoffs. Any of those matchups is a win. I think that the Devils in those matchups can beat really any of those teams. And again, with where the Devils are at right now, they have a chance to run the table not only for winning the division this year, but also maybe getting the Eastern Conference Final. If the goaltending can hold up and they can find a way to beat Shesterkin and Freddie Anderson and some of these other goalies around the league, the Devils have everything in front of them here in 2023. And the emergence of Dawson Mercer and Hamilton and Hughes and Bratt and Heishier and everybody else on that team has allowed them to do what they've done this year. And Lindy Ruff, who I've given a lot of criticism to, and a lot of people out there have, saying he's maybe not the right guy for this team, they stuck to their guns. They kept him last year. They kept Tommy Fitzgerald, and they're paying for it right now. Patience is a virtue, and the Devils ownership has bought into this group, and they waited that extra year that maybe there was maybe a little bit of tension last year, whether they should, clean out house and rebuild or whatever. It's worked out, and the Devils are finally where they want to be. And like I said, on course to potentially win the Metropolitan Division this year, and maybe even further than that. Maybe go to the Eastern Conference Finals, Stanley Cup Final. Going back to the era of the late 90s, early 2000s, Marty Brodeur era of this New Jersey Devils team, maybe returning to form here in the 2020s. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. 2 questions. 1, do you guys think the Devils will win the Metropolitan Division this year? And 2, how far will they go in the Stanley Cup playoffs? Will they make it through the first round, second round, third round, win the Stanley Cup? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again next time.